All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to I Want Entertainment. We are here with another level confessional for Benny. He is essentially in the top nine. Oh, here in top nine of Gamers Paradise, right? Because you are currently CPU at the top 10, so you are not going home. Tell me what's on your mind, just like right now. We'll get into a little bit of what's been going on, but how you feeling? What's going on?
So I did this in my confessional. I haven't posted it y'all yet, but I'm gonna do it now on this live confessional. I'm gonna go ahead and take a drink, and this is a celebratory drink. Number one, for the people that don't know, this is my third or of all time. That being said, I have made the jury phase all great times. But to add to that, I am past my record because the first two times I was king of the jury, finishing at number 11. This time I'm solidified for top 9. So I'm just going to take a drink to that real quick. That wine is trash, but whatever. Still a celebratory.
No, a celebratory drink. It's a celebratory drink.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling. I'm feeling fucking amazing about this. I finally got something on my gamer card besides just debug survive. So everything's going fucking great right now. Man, I feel nice.
Sorry, I spilled some chips. I was just cleaning that up. Okay, so yeah, we got some more data on your gamer card, which is always good. Let's rewind time a little bit. Let's talk about I'm trying to think. Okay, Brandon leaves and misses out on the jury phase. Has his lack of presence in the game been felt?
By me, not necessarily. By others, maybe. But from everybody that I talked to, it seems like they don't essentially miss Brandon. And you can tell from that pretty much 7.5 to nothing vote. No offense to him, but it seems like he won't be missed. And the party is just about to get started. I know he said there's going to be a bloodbath or whatever. The party's just getting started. Sadly, he won't be a part of that party, but it all I can say about that is that I almost feel like it's better, at least for my game and probably for some others, now that he's gone, because he's one more middleman. He kind of called himself out on that he's gone. So that's just, less people you have to worry about being a swing and more people that you can, and more people that you can pull into your side to make numbers for a final.
And then last night we had a live after a little bit of a break.
Mm-hmm.
At the start of the live, we all selected the level, or no, you played the alternate ending challenge. Then we went into the level selection. It was selected as gotcha. How are you feeling in that level? I know some people, the vibe was, well, gotcha was selected last for a reason. So tell me a little bit about how you felt when it was selected going into it, the challenge, being duoed with Tasha.
First of all, gotcha is a scary ass level because number one, you can finish on top with one token and you can still get picked. So it is these probably out of all the levels, the scariest one. And I just hope we do not revisit that level at all for the rest of the game. We can play everything else, and I'm pretty sure the numbers will be good enough to, do it that way. Fuck gotcha. Very creative, but very scary. So fuck gotcha on the I'm too scared to play that shit again. For my sake and for my game's sake. Oh my God, the fucking game that we played initially. I had one job. Tasha had one job and she fucked it up. I don't know if I made a reaction besides when I threw my arms up. I knew I threw my arms up, but when she said H8 and then it was confirmed, because I thought she was going to change. So I tried not to make my face change when she said H8, thinking that she would change. She didn't. She just locked it in. And then once she locked it in and they were pulling out, I was like, well, fuck. Okay. Well, my partner just took me out. So I was like, what the fuck is going on at this point? Like, how could you make a mistake that grand? I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I forgot what she said because when we were discussing our numbers, she was kind of saying all types of shit. So I essentially just avoided everything that she said to make sure that I didn't hit her piece. I gave her one number, one code, one thing, and she hits it. And it, I mean, ultimately we didn't end up being nominated, but I still felt some type of way about that because could have only ended up with one token instead of what, 2 or 3. That shit hurt.
Then Jackie and Hannah performed the worst, and then they're in the gotcha machine, and they're selected as the final glitches. However, Gwen and Drew, I had no. I'm claiming to you, no part in that decision making, baby. I'm too spent on all these executive decisions and all this drama. So production talks, and they pull Tyler from the game after like asking if it was okay with y'all, which was weird to begin with. But then, well, I get it. So like because it was a live night and there was a lot of sequence of challenges, not showing up to each challenge, you incur more strikes, right? And because Drew had coordinated this specifically with Tyler, I get Drew's frustration. So Tyler ends up getting removed from the game. Does that impact you positively, negatively? Would you have rather have saw either Jackie or Hannah go and Tyler and give you a top 8 spot?
No, actually, that affected my game positively. I'm pretty sure Tyler was one of the people that probably had a group. He was one of the people that probably wasn't in the middle. He probably had somebody playing sides with him. So that being said, I think with him being gone, that kind of, helped out the numbers. It also puts, people that might have been on the side, they become more fish in the water because now they got to abandon ship and go somewhere else, So that being said, because of that abandoned ship aspect, again, there's probably more free agents than there was. Now that numbers are starting to dwindle down and other alliances are being created on, different parts of the house. So Tyler eventually being gone is definitely a positive for my game and probably a couple other people's games, which is why I'm pretty sure a lot of other people were happy as well about that decision. Even though it came at a funky twist, it was definitely something that benefited, I know, if not anybody else, myself, and for my game's sake.
Hannah one corruptor. She's no longer vulnerable. She's the last link in the chain. Papa versus Tasha. Where'd your head at? What are your thoughts on the final glitch?
My head is currently on Papa. Me being a CPU, the only thing I have is a tiebreaker. That being said, I've talked to Papa. I've talked to Tasha. I know initially I said that Tasha, I initially told Tasha, hey, I'd save it, but the more I thought about it and, I just put some shit together. And from what I'm hearing is that Tasha is having some numbers with other people. Papa's telling me he's just floating in the water. Any idea that we came up with is that we can make a majority house with 5 if we pick up that free agent in Garrett, and it's Papa, Garrett, myself, Sharon, Kashan. So I think it would be very beneficial to number one, save Papa, and number 2, use that as, hey, I saved you, especially if I'm the tiebreaker. Hey, I saved you. You owe me something, right? Like, I can't just give you something. You're not giving anything back because if I get the chance again, you didn't give me anything back. I'm gonna make it hurt. I'm not gonna fuck that up twice. I'm gonna make it hurt you. So the best thing for you to do would be to, and for your game and for all of ours, essentially, if you want to make a top 5, which is what I pitched, is to just join our side, like make something out of this. Let's grow. Let's stack the odds against the other side of the house. Tasha being gone, that leaves other fish in the water, such as Romeo, Hannah, even though she won corruptor. But yeah, Romeo, Hannah, and Billy. We can really tilt that odds vote in our favor for the rest of the game, at least until we got to start cutting off each other's heads, right? But for the moment, we should be good with especially how he came to me saying that he doesn't have anybody. If you don't have anybody, prove it. I mean, that's mainly what I gotta say. If you're telling me the truth that you don't have anybody, show me you don't have anybody and get somebody by coming to the side that does have bodies. You know what I mean? That makes sense.
It does. Okay, so was this idea a Benny plan that you started? Was it a group plan that y'all decided together to then go sprout?
So my initial plan was to kick Papa to the curb, because Papa is one of those people that if you don't take him out when you have the opportunity to, it'll come back and bite you in the ass. And that happened in my last org with somebody. He, had a prime opportunity to take him out, kept him in. He won the whole shit. So yeah, that was one of the things that was in the back of my head. Yo, this is our prime opportunity. Take him out right now. We will be good for the rest of the game. And then, after some further discussion, we were like, okay, maybe it'll be better if instead of doing that, we pick up the free agent in Garrett. We take a Papa that's apparently right now at this moment has nobody and might be, squirming a little bit. Let's make something out of this. We can be the Avengers. We can be the fucking Power Rangers. We can be, what else is the team of five? The goddamn Justice League, some shit like that, like the Z fight, some crazy shit, like we can make this ours if he's able to repay that debt. So yeah, definitely not something that I initially wanted, but after careful consideration and after some thoughts and after some talks, then the idea started shooting up in my head that yeah, that's actually a pretty good idea. Let's roll with that.
So if you make the final two, is this a move that you'd be able to claim for yourself?
If I make the final two, I wouldn't say it's a move I would claim for myself. It's definitely a group effort. Like I said, my initial plan was to take out Papa. Sean's the one that decided maybe it's a better to keep Papa around for these reasons. And after that was
so if you and Sean were the final two, this would be a move Sean could claim.
Oh, it would definitely be a move that Sean initiated. Yes. So yes, it would be a move that he initiated. Like I said, it was not my initial idea to keep him. Like he said some things that really persuaded me, like, okay, yeah, we should keep Papa around. And hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. Hopefully we don't get backdoored or cut or anything like that. But for the time being, it was his idea to start this up. And then when he planted that seed, I thought about it and I was like, this is actually a pretty good idea. And then I added my 2 cents in on it. And then we came to the consensus that yes, this will be perfect. Should be perfect. In a perfect world, it should be perfect. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Okay, and I do have one more question. You mentioned you already told Tasha you were going to save her. And if it does time, you do not save her. How concerned are you her being part of the lounge who will vote for a winner?
Depends on who's all in the lounge. If it comes down to it, I told her I would save her. Push come to shove, what she doesn't know won't hurt her. So if it's a tiebreaker thing and I do have to pick Papa to save, if I do have to save Papa and cut her, that's definitely a negative number on my side for, when it comes to a lounge vote. However, if that never gets to that point and she just gets voted off by majority, again, what she doesn't know won't hurt her at all. And hopefully that's still a number to vote on my side. Have I come down to the final two? That being said, if she does find out, just like through the wire or something, or whoever else gets eliminated starts, chatting around and talking about it, and then she gets that realization, like, oh shit, that's really what happened. Then yeah, I might be in trouble, but I'm not gonna. I would be satisfied with the runner-up. And game number 3 as a runner-up, I would not be upset at all. I would say, hey, I probably played my best game, learned so much, and I've already felt like I've kind of fucked up my game a little bit anyway, just from some of the stupid decisions I made in the past 2 rounds. But trying to rebuild that and trying to recover from that is the best thing to do right now.
All right, Benny. I'm good on questions for now, unless you want to talk about some things that I didn't touch on, and we can, I could maybe formulate some questions of that stuff.
Oh, okay, cool. So yeah, as I was saying before, right now game's kind of like I said, I feel like I've made a mistake almost every freaking round. So I'm slowly, well, I wouldn't say every round, but every round starting with simulation. That's when like I started to tumble and roll. I'm starting to find my footing again. But yeah, I definitely hit like a tumbling and a rolling point around then to where it wasn't a grave mistake that I made, but it was a little mistake. And I was looking at a round table with my last org that I played after the game was over, and they were talking about how Benny's decision making when he thinks, he might overthink some shit. Like he thinks about every single possible scenario about things that happen, and that's just me. That's just how I play. Like I got to look at every possible thing from the worst to the best to perfect to reality. That's just one of the things that I do. And with that being said, that's what I'm thinking about with every round. Everything I've done something that's, you can say, a small but can end up being grave toward the end. So that's why I said I'm really trying to like rebuild these bridges that might have been burned, and just trying every day to repair that game from what I fucked up on. Hopefully I don't fuck up on these coming rounds, because like I said, I've never been this far. I've only watched from the jury section, and I've seen like the action that goes down. It's just gonna start getting tough, So I gotta be on top of it and just prepare for anything, and really kind of clean up some stuff to perfect my game toward the end, especially getting toward like when we get to the single digits, to the top 9, and the numbers dwindle down. Definitely got to perfect myself. One of those mistakes includes, I can't believe I did this shit. It was back when I was nominated as a debug, nominated as a glitch. I definitely had my back against the wall a lot of times. Like my back was against the wall. I was in panic mode, and I leaked to a couple people that I had a power. And I told those people what the power was. And then lo and behold, when we get to Survivor level again, that power gets overridden by somebody else's power. So my initial plan was to play that power on Billy. It got switched up and it played on Hannah. So I eventually want Hannah out, but right now I feel like I have a good side with Hannah, to where if my back were against the wall, Hannah would not vote against me, if that makes sense. So that's a bridge that I had to rebuild. There's a lot of bridges that I have to rebuild itself with just the power situation that I played. And I haven't thought of a way to do that yet, but I'm planning on, trying to get it together.
Sorry, I had to find my unmute button.
Oh, no, you get it.
All right, Benny. I don't have any questions. I just like hearing your frame of mind and where you think some of your mistakes lie in perspective and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's all good. I love to talk. So
And I love confessionals. So
yeah, favorite part of the game, just talking about shit. My first one, I never did a live confessional. My very first game, I just all did them pre-recorded. But I actually like the live confessionals better. I like for people to ask questions on why the fuck are you doing what you're doing, or what the hell are you thinking with doing stuff like this. So yeah, I definitely like the live style better than just the me talking off the top of my head style.
You're good.
But yeah, that's all I got. So Sandy, I appreciate your time. I know it's getting kind of
obviously, duh. You're good for this episode 7. So leading up until the next level, you're Gucci.
All right, sounds good. Thank you, Sandy. And I will be